Hello there, and welcome to The Real Review. We're here to talk to you about my new movie, The Last Stand. There are three men here who have very good opinions on the movie that I have been in recently. We have Samson, we have the Rooster, and we have Baker.
The Geek.
Absolutely, thank you. Thank you for giving that to me. Now I'm going to pass the microphone over here to Samson. Samson, give it to me, please.
What am I supposed to say now? Stop talking like that. Don't talk like that.
Why do you take that away from me? Why?
You love doing that, don't you?
It's one of the only voices I can really.
Okay,
actually
you got
do.
it out of your system, so for the rest of the review, we don't have to hear it.
No,
right?
I'm totally gonna do
you're
it
gonna
randomly
throw that
throughout.
out all the time.
It's gonna be like interspersed throughout. It's gonna be like, "Hello there," and a bam.
It's pretty good. I liked it actually. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually not
I'll take
bad.
that. Yeah.
You want to know the issue? You want to know the issue with how most people do the Arnold voice? Everybody goes directly into the scream. Nah, do it! Nah, get to the chopper! Nah. Everyone goes straight to that. I actually practiced my Arnold voice, his speaking voice. I watched his speeches. Obviously, I watched his movies. I'm a huge fan. And I sat there and I was like, wait a minute. I want to get the speaking voice down. I paid attention and I practiced. And
I only know one other person that does it better than you. Couscous Falaya. His is pretty damn good, man. It's pretty spot on. Yeah,
Well,
it's
cheers.
actually really good. So let's actually talk about it. What is this movie about? Rooster, you tell us what it's about. Look at the look in his eyes. He was like, whoa, you didn't quite have to call me out
the
like that.
first thing that came to his mind when you said, hey, tell us what this movie's about. Mama?
Did you see the look on his face? And I was
Yeah.
like, oh no, wait, I'm not prepared.
I'm more here today than the Mama action. Or the action of the other movie, not Mama.
I wish we had this on video because you could have seen the look on his eye.
That was beautiful.
I love catching you guys off guard sometimes. That was a class.
I was
I
like,
was like,
whoa,
whoa, wait, we
really?
didn't talk about that. We didn't discuss.
Whoa.
I don't have any kind of script thing in front of me to read as a movie.
You know, that's what I love about
Description?
us because we don't do that.
Why would we script
Oh,
ourselves?
Lord.
We're better without it. So this movie, The Last Stand, Arnold Schwarzenegger's first real, lead role since he's gotten out of the whole government thing, the politics. He is in this movie called The Last Stand, and the leader of a drug cartel busts out of a courthouse and speeds to the Mexican border, where the only thing in his path is a sheriff and his inexperienced staff.
Terminator 3 was the first movie he was in since Terminator 3.
I'm just saying, since his
Really?
political,
You can't
stuff.
count. You can't count Expendables because it was a
No.
cameo,
I agree.
and you can't count the one where it had The Rock and the guy from
Oh, the
American-
rundown.
The Rundown. You can't count that.
Yeah, he
because
just
they
walks
were-
by and he's like, "Good luck."
Right.
And that was it. Yeah.
So that was his two cameos he's had since he's been governor. And the last movie he actually starred in was Terminator 3.
Wow.
Was it?
Wow. Yeah.
And then he actually announced his retirement. I think he announced his retirement like before that. He said,
From acting?
yeah, I was going to get into politics. I mean, he knew what he was doing.
He did, obviously.
Right.
Jumped
And he
in.
was kind of married to a Kennedy, which kind of weirds me out. That he
Kinda.
was- and by kinda, I mean
Means he's banging the nanny.
marriage, nanny. They go hand in hand, banging the nanny.
Have you seen the jawline on that Kennedy chick, though? I mean,
Oh
it
my
was
god,
rough.
it rivals his own.
It was rough, so I'm like, maybe he's banging the nanny. That was a rough jawline.
Well, have you seen the jawline on the nanny?
Oh, no.
There was no
I've
jawline.
I've never seen
She
that.
had no neck.
Oh, Lord.
he has an equivalent of a cankle.
She has a nankle,
Wow.
a neck, ankle, calf, a nankle. I don't even know if that exists.
I don't know,
but I
but
appreciate
it's kind of funny.
Marie Curie has not even begun to create the how we furthered science there compared to you.
Wait, Marie Curie? What the
Yeah.
hell are you
Don't
talking
you
about?
make food?
No.
Oh.
Marie Curie. Yeah, it's Indian food.
No, I'm talking like the brilliant scientist from
God, I have
like
no idea
back
what you're talking
when
about.
movies were in black and white. I don't know.
Mary Calendar, that's her name.
Mary Calendar, there you go.
Great frozen dinners, folks. Great frozen
And they're
dinners.
lean for those of you who are trying to watch out for your figure. Mary Calendars.
What the hell are we talking about?
Isn't that strong jawline? We're talking about that chick?
I am surprised, by the way, that he ended up being a Republican candidate when his wife was a Kennedy. I found that kind of weird.
No, I mean, he was a huge supporter of Bush the Elder. Remember? He had the workout initiatives, and he was actually presented with one of the first Hummers. You guys remember that?
Yeah, I remember
in the
that.
early 90s,
He
right
still
here.
has that Hummer, by
I
the
know.
way.
He used it in one of his debates.
Really?
In his first debate, no, his re-election. Maybe it was his re-election, because they actually got re-elected.
I
as
don't
governor,
recall.
Right?
Yeah,
But
and
he
should
was
have.
talking about, because he has a degree in economics. People don't know it. So he was debating with, it was a female Democrat, so it was a primary, that was talking about his budget, and he made some kind of catchphrase that was like, "Oh, your budget has so many loopholes, I could drive my Hummer through it." That was his
Nice.
tagline. Of course, everybody laughed, and it was like,
Yeah.
you know. You don't even have to be smart or nothing. You just have to have some kind of stupid flair, and
Some
people
witty
elect you.
comeback.
Yeah, we're all idiots now. Like,
Oh,
oh,
it's
he's the
fantastic.
Terminator, the Governator. But yeah, he's completely destroyed California over the last
How
6 or
dare
7
you?
years.
He made California more buff.
Yeah.
Probably.
So The Last Stand, everybody, the movie here, the,
That's right.
the thing we're here to talk about. This movie,
It's fun. It's almost funner to talk about him because the movie wasn't that fun.
I thought the movie was fun. I
wasn't
did
terrible,
have fun in
but-
the movie. You know, I mean, they had a lot of action. This movie had a lot of action after the first, 45 minutes. But, I don't know. The bad guy in this seemed borderline almost halfway. No, he wasn't evil at all. The bad guy in this
Well, there was a couple bad guys.
No, well, I mean, like,
There's
the
two main bad guys.
guy.
Right.
Yeah, I
right,
got you, but
right.
You know,
There's
you
two
had the
bad
guy
guys.
who plays the Russian in every movie, like Armageddon.
Yeah.
I know you've done nothing, but you're a bunch of cowboys. You know,
Right.
that guy.
Was it the same guy?
Yeah,
The Russian
same
guy?
guy.
Oh,
Okay.
he's in
That's funny.
everything. Fargo. He's in every movie almost.
If you need a Russian, you get him or the guy that played Boris in Snatch. Like, that's it.
Right.
But, like, I don't know, like, he was in one of my favorite scenes. And I say favorite scene, it's actually just my favorite one-liner out of the movie. You know, when the Russian guy's like, "Who the hell are you?" And he's like, "I'm the sheriff." And he just, like, blows the dude, you know, whatever.
They overdid his one lines in this.
I don't know.
Right. So he became famous for the stupid one liners.
Yeah,
right.
Stick
for
around.
sure.
Right.
I'll be back.
I'll be
all that
Hasta
crap.
la vista. I saw a
Yeah.
great interview with him. I think it was with Jay Leno a long time ago when he was talking about kind of being from. He had no idea what was going on the set of Terminator 2, and he's like, I'm from Austria and I'm speaking Spanish. Didn't even make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? And it became one of his most classic catchphrases of all time.
Why nobody brought up the fact that for some strange reason all Terminators from the future are Austrian? Why did no one bring this up?
All Terminators?
Yeah, all of the ones that were the model numbers, Cyberdyne
Terminator
model.
3, she went from Austria.
This is a chick.
No, but I'm saying
It's a hot
Cyberdyne,
chick.
Yeah.
Cyberdyne models
She was
101.
hot. You know where it showed her boobs? What movie showed her boobs?
I think we looked that up.
Bloodline.
Yeah, yes.
Or Blood Rain.
Yes.
Blood Rain.
Terrible movie, by the way.
Terrible movie.
Based off
awesome
of a video
boob shot.
game.
Awesome boob shot.
But no.
Very good.
All right. I'm saying Cyberdyne Systems model
Rooster, you don't know what's going on
I have no idea what's
101,
going on.
all of them were Austrian.
All I know is he said Cyberdyne.
Cyberdyne Systems model 101.
Focus.
The people who created Skynet in the movies, he was model 101.
Right.
All of the 101, all of them were Austrian, and they were all played by Arnold, obviously, but why? Why?
Because he's
Who knows?
cool.
I don't know. Because they're all the same. What's it matter?
It just bugs me that all of their voice chips are apparently Austrian. Why not, Spanish? Or Australian? Yugoslavian? Nothing?
No, I don't know. I don't know what point you're making.
I think
Your
it's
point
kind of
sucks.
funny and weird.
I don't like his point.
So, anyways,
I don't like your point.
Johnny
You're-
Knoxville's in this movie.
Yes,
Again.
he is the jackass himself, and he does. What did he do in the movie again?
He provided big guns.
Oh yeah, that's what he
That's what
It
did.
didn't even
Yeah.
make sense. It was stupid.
It
I-
was.
It was stupid in the middle of nowhere. He's got a
Nazi
militia
gun.
right? Some ridiculous
Just 'cause.
crap.
Actually, that makes more
It
sense
didn't-
than
how
anything
did he
in
make
his
money?
character.
How did it make money? How did he make money?
Well, we
It
didn't
was
get
a
into
shoot-
that.
people-
But he was
we
not a
didn't
very
talk
deep
about
character.
So, but it emphasized it was a small, dinky ass town that obviously loves their high school football, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so he's got an entire compound, like a huge warehouse, not even full, a few cool guns. It was like
Yeah.
he's mass producing guns. in
It
there.
wasn't even like in Terminator 2,
Well, it
the
wasn't-
underground thing
right.
that had all the badass guns.
That made sense. This was like he was
he
stockpiling the cartel.
He collected guns.
He was a gun collector. Remember Georgia? His enormous
Georgia.
freaking revolver?
Right. Was that the
yeah.
elephant gun? It was the elephant gun?
Yeah, the
right?
one that was blowing holes and stuff, and
Well,
everyone was like
well,
getting themselves
Well,
hit.
I'm saying that the idea made sense. It was funny, but they overplayed it when they went in the warehouse, and
There were like 4 guns.
what 4 guns in the warehouse? There was ammo and stuff. It
No.
was it was ridiculous.
No, it was fine.
Oh, there were 5
Well,
guns.
There's a warehouse full of guns,
Right.
and he collects them, and he obviously has some weird rich
A
money from
warehouse
somewhere.
full
Which
of
side to get
guns.
into, 'cause it doesn't
That
matter.
is actually way more believable than you think.
No
Yeah.
way.
I work in Magnolia, Texas.
It was-
Believe me, that's way more believable than you think.
It looked like it was a Sam's Club of firepower. No, and they're in the middle of nowhere. I mean,
Yes,
it didn't
this
make any sense.
happens.
It was ridiculous.
No, that
I'm
happened.
not buying it.
He's a crazy rich person.
Crazy rich
That's
person
crazy.
how? It never even alluded to where he
It
got his
doesn't
money
matter.
from.
Part of the story. That part of the story doesn't matter.
I remember
Not
a
drama.
long time ago.
Well, the point I'm saying is, it's done. They've done that. The crazy gun-toting weirdo a million times over in movies over the years, right? What I'm saying is, why did they have his so organized and ridiculous? I mean, there was piles of it. It was like a Costco. I'm like, come on, that was so stupid. Didn't he have like a vehicle? What was it?
Oh yeah, there was like a little all-terrain military vehicle
Yeah, I
in
mean,
there,
come
covered in
on.
a tarp.
Right. I
Yeah.
was like, what?
Well,
What are you
no.
and he was a retard.
He
Here's
was
what-
it
he
was
was-
mildly
He
inept
was, yes,
socially.
he was
Yes,
like retarded in his pajamas, walking around with a
A
elephant
gun.
gun. Like, who's writing this crap?
who even Andrew Knauer? That's who did this.
Terrible.
But no, Rooster.
And I don't even know why Rooster you're even defending, because you're like, what'd you say in that movie, the replay of the last
Oh no,
stand?
and that's what I was gonna bring up.
Previews,
Is
yeah.
Yeah.
I remember we saw the previews months ago, and Rooster
Walking
says,
Tall.
"Oh my gosh, this is Walking Tall too. It's
Yeah.
got a big guy, and then freaking Johnny Knoxville is the sidekick." And that's what I was expecting. But then we get in this, and he wasn't even the sidekick. He was like, "Oh hey, let me hold your bullets," and
He was
you know,
not
whatever.
a big role.
Not at all. I expected him to be a much bigger role.
Yeah.
They talked him up a lot.
Sure.
You know.
Well, I mean, who else are they going to talk up? Guzman?
Luis Guzman, yes, they should talk him up in every movie because he's the greatest guy in the last
right.
10 years.
He's always that guy, the sidekick guy. You know?
Exactly.
I think we thought he was dead halfway through this movie. like he survives crawling through shrapnel or whatever. It's
Can we bring up the bad guy for a moment? Just the bad guy in the car
The
for a
main
moment.
bad guy. Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly. I want to bring this up because I want to know why a person driving a Corvette is all of a
Corvette?
sudden scary.
I
It's like,
don't know.
whoa, he's driving a Corvette, guys. Be on your guard.
They stole it from the auto show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
This-
supposed to be the souped
this
up,
special-
fastest around.
It's like the greatest car
Car
ever or
made.
something. The Zero
I don't
X
know.
or something.
It doesn't run out of gas, apparently.
Ever.
Like, don't
It
you,
drove for like
you have to stop for
700
some gas and
miles.
stuff. You gotta put premium in that thing, I'm pretty sure. And that wasn't
Not if
a
you were
part of
driving
the
it.
movie. Yeah.
Not if you were driving it.
If I'm driving, I put regular for
You
sure.
put regular in everything.
Because that's a bunch of BS.
That's hogwash. That's
Yeah.
what that is.
It's all
They're
fallacy.
trying to rip you off with that
Exactly.
premium.
You put a premium in your truck that requires regular fuel. And you're like, I'm getting better gas mileage. It's good
That-
for the
No,
rest
you know
of
what?
Don't
I
start
will
this
put-
argument. Don't start this argument.
I will
'cause
say
we'll
this
go on for
much,
like
and then I'm
2
done.
hours.
I will start and then be done. I will every now and then, literally every couple months, put premium into the tank just so it cleans out because it's got a higher octane or whatever. It cleans out all the gunk, and then I go back to regular for another few months. It's not a bad thing. People who say I gotta have that high octane, that performance, that sucks. That's gay.
I am not engaging in this conversation because we'll never get back on
We'll
the
never
last
get
stand.
out of it and get
You
back
mean
to it.
Last Stand, the greatest movie to happen ever? Okay, I don't agree
And
with
it
that.
was,
I'm
it was,
joking.
I don't know.
I'd like to go on record saying I'm joking.
It was a little bit better than I thought it was going to be. I mean, I went into expecting it to really suck.
I agree.
Because I thought, Arnold hasn't been in a good movie since, oh God, I don't even know.
Terminator 2?
Well, I actually liked Terminator 3, but I thought it was almost kind of weird how it was put together and produced and directed, and it had great aspects to it. I really think.
They forced inevitability on you in that movie, in my opinion. They just said, listen, we've been talking about this for 2 decades now. It's going to happen no matter what, even though you're trying to save the day. Like, it's a downer at the end of that movie, big time.
Right, but I mean, I think it has the best chase scene ever.
That
Car.
with the ladder on the back of the truck or whatever.
I
That
thought it
was
awesome.
so badass.
I thought that the actual car chase scene with all the police cars and the crane and the fire engine.
It was a crane.
Right.
I'm sorry, not a ladder.
Right.
I'm sorry.
And I thought I'm not a big fan of chase scenes at all. I don't even like them, but that's my favorite. And I thought
That's a good choice.
there was definitely good aspects. I thought the CGI was good. I mean, how can you follow up with? I think they should have went with liquid metal again. I mean,
Yes.
why follow up with she could
anything
she
with
could
anything?
program other computers. I guess they had pressure because
To
the
make something
liquid
bigger.
metal was like the most ridiculous thing ever.
Yeah.
That whole creation of his liquid metal,
Yeah.
and you know where they got that from? The Abyss. Leftover the water sequences of The Abyss they made into because
They
he
used the exact same special effects guy.
Right.
I forget his name, but like he is one of the biggest people in movies that you will never hear of ever.
which is kind of the most success of different movies.
Yeah.
It's sad. So Samson, what have you got for it, man? What are you going to give it for a rating?
I would say catch it on DVD.
Yeah?
Yeah, I thought they did blood splatter pretty well.
Yeah.
It was gory. Well,
But
not
it was
gory.
not over the top at
It
all.
was not over the top, but it was good.
It was good. It was good. Like, oh my gosh, that dude got shot. There's blood spraying. Oh, now we're done and
once
we're
they
moving
had
on.
once they had the action going, I did like it. It was good. It took a while to get up, and I hated the bad guy. Like he was this awesome racer guy on the Mexican circuit. I mean, it didn't even make sense.
Oh
It was
yeah,
stupid.
and the forever winking Forrest Whitaker
Oh,
comes
my
on. He's like,
God.
I've seen him drive. He's an amazing race car driver.
I mean, nobody could stop him. He's going through blockades with like curves on his Corvette.
Yeah,
It
he spins around
Right.
and lets a car drive over him
right.
and uses the front of his car as a ramp. Yeah, way to go.
And then he could still drive on. I mean, like,
Yeah.
wow. I don't know. I mean, I thought it wasn't funny. I thought if they would have put a lot of comic relief in it, it'd been a little bit more entertaining. I think they forced way too many one-liners on Arnold for sure. On the sheriff, and there was like 4 or 5 like
I'm
obvious.
old.
Yeah,
That was
I'm
almost the
old.
best part of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
To
the
me,
fact that they pushed that, it's like,
well, it was
you're old, dude.
right. He definitely went over the old thing a lot, but it was like every time he was doing some type of action sequence, or I almost felt sorry
Just
for him.
don't-
He was getting up like, why can't they get me a stunt man?
Yeah, it was like when he was even walking, it was like, there's got to be some kind of like, key grip or PA on the side who's got a bunch of Ben Gay in his pockets. He's got to go over
Can
there
you help this guy
And,
out?
oh my God, he just
Slather him up
looks...
as he's
Pop
walking
this
out.
guy in acetaminophen, please.
It looked like everything that he was doing was so hard for him to raise his arms, roll over, get up from a lay down. It was like, oh, he's just got too many years of Joe Weider just kicking his ass. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's Joe Weider's test tube baby back in the day. You don't understand. I was so into bodybuilding at one time in my life that Arnold represents he's the Michael Jordan of bodybuilding.
Yeah.
He's even more than that. He changed what bodybuilding was for generations.
You'll have
Like-
people that might be better or stronger or more dedicated or whatever, but
Sure.
he made bodybuilding almost like a household conversation.
Which is not exactly true at all in any way. I don't know what he's talking about.
What are you talking
A
about?
household conversation, bodybuilding? Still to this day, people are just like, bodybuilding, that's actually...
But
yeah,
you bring
people
up
do that.
Arnold, and all of a sudden they want to talk about it all day.
Well, the thing is that nobody holds his record, first of all. He's got the best record, right? Mr. Olympia, I think,
what?
like eight
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow.
Mr.
And he even took
Universe, or
No,
whatever.
Mr. Olympia is the best.
Is
You
that
get
once a
Mr.
year?
America, you get Mr. Universe, and Mr. Olympia is the all time.
The premiere.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got it. He's got it like I think he's got it 7 times. Then he took like 3 years off or something weird, and did it again. Nobody holds his record.
Wow.
But it was if you look at bodybuilding pre Joe Weider, really you got to think of. You guys know who Joe Weider is, right?
no.
No,
Joe
not
Weider
at all.
Products.
But I believe you.
Right. He was a guy that made like bodybuilding products, amino acids, all that kind of stuff. It's like,
Okay.
He took it from like vitamins to take the supplements,
Gotcha.
right?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And his test tube baby was like Arnold,
Schwarzenegger,
right?
yeah.
You know. So I mean, they transformed. If you look at Arnold back in the 70s when he was winning his championships, and you look at him now, these guys now look almost twice as big as Arnold looked back then.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
So I mean, they've taken it to an entire different level. I mean, they look disgusting almost. You know?
Yeah.
Very.
You know, disgusting.
It's gross.
Right. I mean, their muscles have muscles,
Yes.
right?
I wish I had muscles.
But Arnold and all them, they took it from, 40s, 50s, when you had the Carney guys lifting, round dumbbells, and they were big, and their pants were like up to their chest,
Armpits.
right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, they really made it a viable sport. The only reason why I loved bodybuilding so much is it's the only natural thing that really what was given to you in life, and all you're doing is perfecting that. It's like golf and baseball is a skill, and it involves like you throwing a ball or you running or something like that. Whereas bodybuilding takes what you were given and just sculpts it into something magnificent. That's why I've always liked it.
You love magnificent men covered in oil. I got you. Keep cruising.
No, that's not what I was saying. I like perfection of the body, though.
You
which
like
is what I got
perfect-
It's definitely
Is
what
that
I
what
got
you
going
got
on
going
right
on
now.
you like perfect men bodies. Got it.
Perfect men bodies.
Rooster,
Why
what
you
have
always
you
default
got?
to the gay?
That's
Almost
what
on
I
everything.
do. It's
Default
funny
to,
in
don't
my
default
head.
to my gay. Default to your own gay.
My gay is, I mean, it's in the closet, but not.
No, it's not in the closet at all.
Uh,
It's not in the closet.
I'm married.
So am I.
Point taken. Rooster, what have you got for a rating on this movie, my homie?
I'm definitely gonna say catch it on DVD.
Yeah?
Yeah, I love Arnold. Definitely a hero as a child growing up.
Yeah.
He was the man. Any movie he's gonna be in, I'm gonna watch it in the theater at that time.
Absolutely.
But yeah, he's old nowadays, and this movie was not that great. But catch it on DVD for sure. And
It didn't suck though. You wouldn't say
No.
wait for the network
No.
premiere, right?
No.
not at all.
I mean, I actually
Not at
But
all.
I definitely don't think you're rushing out to the movie theaters
No.
to be entertained by this flick.
no. I agree with you, Rooster, and Samson, which is weird because once again we agree, and it's actually
Yeah.
rare for all three of us to agree. I agree. Go catch it on DVD. I'm gonna buy this movie on DVD just to add to my collection because I collect Arnold
We already
films.
know that. You don't even have to say that anymore.
No.
I
that-
already knew
that-
you were gonna buy
If it has a rating above only to be used as anesthetic, you're going to buy it. So we already know that.
But that's not entirely true. There are movies I wouldn't go and do that, but an Arnold movie, I'm gonna buy it no matter what. I'm gonna buy the Arnold movie because it's an Arnold movie. Period. So catch it on DVD, in my opinion, as well.
Yeah.
This is a good Arnold movie for Arnold.
Yes.
It's better than some of the crap he's
the
had
worst
in the last
part-
15
Yeah.
years.
The
man.
worst part was the main villain driving a fast car to the border. I mean,
When was the last time you saw a
It's
villain
stupid.
literally sit down the entire time
It's
who
just
wasn't in a
dumb.
wheelchair? A la Wild Wild West.
nobody could stop this car from driving. How about you throw out some spikes
Yeah.
on the ground, pop some tires?
Some caltrips, throw it
You
out
know?
on the freaking thing and pop the
But
tires.
no, we have
wait,
like
no.
cop cars, and he's such a good driver. He can swerve around them and then flip them over because he's so cool.
I have no idea.
I mean,
thought it was
that part was dumb.
It was. I agree.
That was the worst part of the movie.
I agree.
But Schwarzenegger is great.
Yep.
He came
So,
through for me.
folks, thanks a lot for joining us here at The Real Review. You can find us on Facebook.com/TheRealReviewTX or follow us on Twitter at Samson L. Matador, at Baker the Geek, and at The Rooster BB.
And coming soon,
Our website.
TheRealReviewShow.com.
Thanks a lot for tuning into The Real Review Show, folks. Catch you next time.